Hello, back at it again. This time, this is Brian here, and I will be playing Dear Esther. I'm on that walking sim kick ever since I played, what do you call it? What is that game? Oh my god, it's killing me. What Remains of Edith Finch. Ever since I played that, I just scratched the itch I didn't know I had. It was so damn good. And everyone says this is the quintessential predecessor of all walking sims, if anything, modern walking sims. And so here we go. I'm playing it with controller, with vibration turned on, the Landmark Edition, which is based on the Unity engine, updated. This game is by, let's see, The Chinese Room and Curve Digital on consoles. Written by Dan Pinchbeck, composed by Jessica Curry. Blah 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 blah. Programmed by Jack Morgan. Anywho, here we go. Let's check it out. Playing with controller. Oh, I love that. You can do director's commentary. Awesome. More games need that.
Dear Esther, I've lost track of how long I've been here and how many visits I have made overall. Certainly the landmarks are now so familiar to me that I have to remind myself to actually see the forms and shapes in front of me. I could stumble blind across these rocks, the edges of these precipices, without fear of missing my step and plummeting down to sea. Besides, I have always considered that if one is to fall, it is critical to keep one's eyes firmly open.
All right. Let's see. Ooh. ADS. All the buttons do the same thing. It's all ADS. Okay. I mean, it's not bad for like a, shoot, like 15-year-old game. Very old game. Auto flashlight, I respect that. Let me turn down the volume a little bit. It's a bit loud. Our ears. There you go. Have it on my computer. Get to 4K. Honestly, I don't know anything about this game. All I know is that it's a walking sim. Very simple. So I'm just gonna walk, look at stuff. So far I get the mood, it's real moody. That looks like a chain of, what do you call them? Chemicals? I don't know, is that caffeine? Or is that a map? Maybe it's a map. Oh, side shack. Oh. More glowy paint, huh? Where do I get my first gun? It's definitely really moody. I like it. They weren't kidding about the walking, huh? It's not phasmophobia slow, but it's pretty slow. Any fish? Someone lose their keys? Water looks pretty decent for what it is. Doesn't look like, you know, N64 water. I would say this looks like a top-of-the-line PS2 game, graphics-wise. There's stairs going up there.
There was once talk of a wind farm out here, away from the rage and the intolerance of the masses. The sea, they said, is too rough for the turbines to stand. They clearly never came here to experience the becalming for themselves. Personally, I would have supported it. Turbines would be a fitting contemporary refuge for a hermit. The revolution and the permanence.
But the golden ratio, similar. Not quite.
I have found the ship's manifest, crumpled and waterlogged under a stash of paint cans. It tells me that along with this present cargo, there was a large quantity of antacid yogurt bound for the European market.
Interesting.
It must have washed out to sea. God knows there are no longer gulls or goats here to eat it.
Car door, so it's pretty modern. Another car door. The two of the same side car door. Passenger side. Two passenger side car doors. Strange. Also, I think he said yogurt. Also strange. Dear Esther, stop calling it yogurt. It's yogurt. Sure, go for a run button right about now. This texture's not bad for 4K, not bad. Playing on my 32-inch 4K monitor, and it is too big. I made a mistake of buying one that's too big. Ooh, look at those plants. Nice. Look at you. There's a lighthouse. Oh, you can fall. Okay. You can't die? Alright. Well, I'm not gonna go back the way I came because, dude, it's slow. Go back to this lighthouse and get some yogurt. Did I do the lighthouse? I don't think I did. Let me check it out. Textures are great, as long as you're far enough away. Can I go up to the lighthouse from the house? Oh, probably not. Yeah. Where's the note under the paint cans he was talking about? Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, the stairs going up are broken. Got it. Give me one moment. Just gotta see something real quick. Alright, here we go. I'm like watching this stream on my phone. Just making sure that everything's streaming okay. Was that the place? That was the place I fell. Alright.
Donnelly reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later.
Ooh.
The shepherds left gifts for him at the mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claim to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gift.
Lectarded,
but
thanks
like
for
them,
the follow.
I appear to be an unworthy
Welcome to the
subject
party.
of his solitude.
Hearing about someone dying after eating yogurt. Oh, did that? I wonder if that played. Did the animation play? Hang on. Anywho, if anything, this is for you. Let's see. This is, I don't know if you've ever heard of this, but this is Dear Esther. It's a walking simulator. One of my favorite walking sims is What Remains of Edith Finch. It's like a Wes Anderson movie meets Tim Burton. Awesome. Can I shimmy? I'm gonna shimmy. No, not again. I fell there earlier. So far this walking is getting old. I should have a light jogging sim is what I asked for. Oh, can I get up this way? Went back the other way. There was nothing there. It was a dead end. There was a cave with 2 car doors. This way was that slight dead end. Off the cliff. Can I go up here? I can! Alright, cool. Now we're making progress. I mean, for a 12-year-old game, those plants look pretty good. Although I think this might have been remastered in like 2015. Which ain't bad.
Reading Donnelly by the weak afternoon sunlight. He landed on the south side of the island, followed the path to the bay and climbed the mount. He did not find the caves, and he did not chart the north side. I think this is why his understanding of the island is flawed, incomplete. He stood on the mount and only wondered momentarily how to descend. But then, he didn't have my reasons.
I have no context. I don't know what's going on. I wonder how this game looked like 12 years ago. Probably not this good.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice. They cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath.
Oh, cool.
You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
So whoever's narrating is sick, I think.
I quote directly, "A motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most God-forsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
I mean, for how, like, drab the color palette is, it's pretty beautiful. Splashes of color that just still kind of work against this gray backdrop. Still don't know what the ADS button does. Like, I guess there will be stuff that I can see from far away.
Dear Esther,
Hey!
I met Paul. I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason, or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet.
That water looks great.
Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
Is that a radio?
I find myself increasingly unable to find that point where the hermit ends and Paul and I begin.
Ooh.
We are woven into a sodden blanket, stuffed into the bottom of a boat to stop the leak and hold back the ocean. My neck aches from staring up at the aerial. It mirrors the dull throb in my gut where I am sure I've begun to form another stone.
More chemical.
In my dreams, it forms into a
things.
perfect representation of Lot's wife, head over her shoulder, staring along the motorway at the approaching traffic in a vacuum of fatalistic calm.
It's I don't know. Tree with a beehole. Shout out to the 3 viewers. Welcome to the chat. Most of which are probably Russian bots. Shout out to the Russian bots out there. Is that just a circle? Did it have nothing else? Alright. Hey, I'm in the water. Oh. Oh. Can I... Am I gonna die? Oh, okay. Alright, don't... Note to self. You don't look down. Oh, what's going on? Weird. Okay, I guess I can't go too deep. I don't understand. The drowning looks really weird. So you can't swim, you're just kind of wading. Okay, I guess I can't. I mean, does it want me to drown? I think I'm gonna go up that water. Music's beautiful in this game. You're just joining us, still just trying to chase the dragon after playing Edith Finch. I hear this is a great one of the first great walking sims.
I've become convinced I am not alone here, even though I'm equally sure it is simply a delusion brought upon by circumstance. I do not, for instance, remember where I found the candles, or why I took it upon myself to light such a strange pathway. Perhaps it is only for those who are bound to follow.
Cool. I feel like the island is so far pretty nicely designed. The flow just kind of brings you to, like, it invites you to explore but still steers you in the right path. I remember seeing this structure earlier. Chemistry. Nice. Most of the stuff's in low res, but this is high res. Okay. Yeah, earlier in the game I kind of got sidetracked because I was curious, and then it kind of steered me back on track when I fell down the cliff. Like right now I'm being curious. What's off to this side here? Oh, I know where that is. That's where the car doors were. Alright. I mean, this is nice. This could be like a desktop wallpaper right here. Print screen. Paste and paint. That shimmer on these plants looks great. Oh! What happened? Weird. Xbox menu popped up for some reason. I could sure use a bicycle right about now. Falling down. Loading. Okay.
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services, but although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Go off the beaten path here. This is like the most walking sim I've played so far. There's like nothing really to interact with. You're just walking and hearing narration, which I think is fine. It's just I'm not used to it because the most modern walking sims have like puzzle elements or You can grab stuff. Firewatch. That was a good one. Played recently. They also have a director's commentary. That was really neat. Interactive. I mean, if there's no, like, collectibles, I can just kind of speed run this and try to go where I think... Oh, okay. There we go. What's this? Now I'm going to use the ADS button. What does that say? And... neither did he eat nor drink. Huh. Cool. Mysterious. What's this? Interesting. Okay, okay. Give me a little breadcrumbs. Nom 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 nom. Story bits. That's nice. Ooh, good sound design. The sound is good. For like 12 years old, I mean, I don't know if they like remastered the sound too, but everything sounds so crisp and nice. Yeah, even going through this, the sound is a little hollower, and it's nice, very immersive. That life ring is like the most colorful thing I've seen yet. Okay, I get it. Junk ship. Or it's run aground, as they say. You can really hear the guy dragging his heels.
An imagined answer phone message. The tires are flat, the wheel spins loosely, and the brake fluid has run like ink over this map, staining the landmarks and rendering the coastline mute, compromised. Where you saw galaxies, I saw only bruises cut into the cliff by my lack of sobriety.
And so if you didn't feel like exploring that dead end over there, you can still see that message, which is neat. You just wouldn't get that little, whatever that symbol was. That adds to the story at all. Okay, go up this way. Good game design. Dig it. This feels cold. The wind and the gray setting. Hey, that's where I came from. I mean, is there another way up? Oh boy. Should have that auto run like in Fortnite. Dear Esther, need some more comfortable walking shoes. This was the end of the last chapter, so did I miss something? I feel like this is actually a 30-minute game, but with all the backtracking, ends up being like an hour. 2 hours, 3 hours, who knows? Okay, down there. I think I can go up the hill from down there, actually. Looks like. Ooh, steering wheel. So there's bits of cars all over the place. There's chemistry, piecing this world together.
I
Aha!
had kidney stones, and you visited me in the hospital. After the operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Interesting. It's down there. Ooh, hole. Little hut. Okay. What's in the hole? I gotta know.
When I first looked into the shaft, I swear I felt the stones in my stomach shift in recognition.
Cool. Should I jump in?
I've begun my ascent on the green slope of the western side. I've looked deep into the mountain from the shaft and understood that I must go up and then find the way under. I will stash the last vestiges of my civilization in the stone walls and work deeper from there. I'm drawn by the aerial and the cliff edge. There is some form of rebirth waiting for me there.
Interesting. I mean, that's beautiful. Look at that. That looks nice. Oh, snap. Controller's acting all haunted and bugging out.
The bothy was constructed originally in the early 1700s. By then, shepherding had formalized into a career. The first habitual shepherd was a man called Jakobsen, from a lineage of migratory Scandinavians. He was not considered a man of breeding by the mainlanders. He came here every summer whilst building the bothy, hoping eventually that becoming a man of property would secure him a wife and a lineage. Donnelly records that it did not work. He caught some disease from his malcontented goats and died 2 years after completing it.
Damn.
There was no one to carve white lines into the cliff for him either.
More white paint. Or glowy paint. What is that? Drink more Ovaltine.
Inventory. A trestle table we spread wallpaper on in our first home. A folding chair. I laughed at you for bringing
Music.
camping in the lakes. I was uncomfortable later and you laughed then. This
Sonogram?
diary, the bed with the broken springs. Once asleep you have to remember not to dream. A change of clothes, Donnelly's book, stolen from Edinburgh Library on the way here. I will burn them all on the last morning and make an aerial of my own.
What the hell's an aerial? There's a light over there. The music is just top notch. It's good stuff. Very moody. Oh! I hear radio static again. Rock stacks? Interesting. Is that the dude's grave? Whoa, what the fuck? Creepy sound. Can I not? I guess not. What is over there? Those rocks would probably fall, huh? Ooh, looks like the ruins of an old ship. Another cave? Alright, so my goal is to get down.
In a footnote, the editor comments that at this point, Donnelly was going insane as syphilis tore through his system like a drunk driver.
Oh my.
He's not to be trusted. Many of his claims are unsubstantiated, and although he does paint a colourful picture, much of what he says may have been derived directly from his fever. But I've been here, and I know, as Donnelly did, that this place is always half imagined. Even the rocks and caves will shimmer and blur with the right eyes.
Oh, we decided on our monthly game for the month
They
of
found Jakobsen in early
April?
spring. The thaw had only just come. Even though he'd been dead nearly 7 months, his body had been frozen right down to the nerves and had not even begun to decompose. His fingernails were raw and bitten to the quick. They found the phosphorescent moss that grows in the caves deep under the nails. Whatever he'd been doing under the island when his strength began to fail is lost. He'd struggled halfway up the cliff again, perhaps in a delirium, perhaps trying to reach the Bothy's fire before curling into a stone and expiring.
This is your first time joining Indie Game Social Club. We are a book club with no books. We do video game discussions once a month. Last month was What the Golf? It was a really fun game. This month, we finally decided on it this week. It is going to be Rookie, based on the theme. It was like
Climbing down to the caves, I slipped
folklore
and fell and
theme.
injured my leg. I think the femur is broken. It is clearly infected. The skin has turned a bright, tight pink, and the pain is crashing in on waves, winter tides against my shoreline, drowning out the ache of my stones.
Spooky.
I struggled back to the bothy to rest, but it has become clear that there is only one way this is likely to end. The medical supplies I looted from the trawler have suddenly found their purpose. They will keep me lucid for my final ascent.
Am I Esther? Am I Esther walking? But yeah, Roki. It's based on Rookie. Is based on Nordic folklore, I want to say, and that was the theme of the month, folklore. And so that one won out. It looks like a really charming game. RO with the 2 dots over it. KI. Believe we're going to be discussing in 2-3 weeks from now, end of the month. So stay tuned. And if you want to watch our What the Golf discussion, it should be in the archives on our video list. It's a fun chat. The love letter to indie games, if you've ever played it. A lot of indie game Easter eggs for a golf game. Cool. Whoa, lit candle. So this is probably that pit from when I was way up top. Okay. We Jakobsen.
Donnelly did not pass through the caves. From here on in, his guidance, unreliable as it is gone from me. I understand now that it is between the two of us, and whatever correspondence can be drawn from the wet rocks.
Wow, that looks great. Look at that lighting. More paint. Dotty paint. Interesting. Oh, the musical cues are so good. Am I like finally running now? Why does it feel like I'm going faster? Okay, I can double back that way.
It was as if someone had taken the car and shaken it like a cocktail. The glove compartment had been opened and emptied with the ashtrays and the boot. It made for a crumpled museum, a shattered exhibition.
What is all this? And where's a car he's talking about? Ooh, look at that. That looks nice. Wow. That's gorgeous. Another desktop wallpaper for you. So good. Well, fortune favors the bold. Cool. That was really lame. Shout out to Russian bots in chat, keeping it real. Wait. Another? Oh, I was there. I was there. I fell down. Can I go? No, slippery. I was there and then I jumped down. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. I think. Did I? Yeah, I was. Okay. Wow. Now I'm speed running.
I am traveling through my own body, following the line of infection from the shattered femur towards the heart. I swallow fistfuls of painkillers to stay lucid. In my delirium, I see the twin lights of the moon and the Ariel shining to me through the rocks.
What's that? More neurons. More tree thing with beehole. Whoa, trippy. Kind of triggering tryptophobia here.
This is a drowned man's face, reflected in the moonlit waters. It can only be a dead shepherd who has come to drunk drive you home.
These symbols repeat. Behold, Damascus is taken. Behold, Damascus is taken. Whoa, trippy. I just got goosebumps. The singing is getting tweaked too. Wow. This is so visually striking. Damascus is taken. Again, phenomenal desktop wallpaper. Away from being a city. Damascus is taken away from being a city? Is that it? Damascus is backwards. And it shall be a ruinous heap. Oh, that's dark. Ooh. Do I hold my breath? Cool, shimmery water effects. Hang on, I'm gonna put on my glasses real quick. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Glasses on. It's game time. Whoa, oh, oh! Snap. Fell into the Earth's beehole. Whoa, it's like the freeway at the beginning of Walking Dead. Cool. Operating table with money. Pay the boatman. Oh. Wow, that looks so good. That looks like a human eye. Look at that. Again, screenshot, desktop wallpaper. Beautiful. Game's slowing me down. Loading. Esther. Look at that. Look at that.
I sat here and watched two jets carve parallel white lines into the sky. They charted their course, and I followed them for 21 minutes until they turned off near Sanford and were lost. If I were a gull, I would abandon my nest and join them. I would starve my brain of oxygen and suffer delusions of transcendence. I would tear the bottom from my boat and sail across the motorways until I reached this island once again.
It's a wiring diagram. Pretty cool water effects. Oh, oh. This is like the best the water's looked. Oh, here, oh. Am I gonna die?
Come back.
Jesus. Follow the lights. That's where the game wants you to go. I think I am Esther. Ooh, how romantic. This is just
We
gorgeous.
shall begin to assemble our own version of the North Shore. We will scrawl in dead languages and electrical diagrams and hide them away for future theologians to muse and mumble over. We will send a letter to Esther Donnelly and demand her answer. We will mix the paint with ashes and tarmac and the glow from our infections. We will paint a moon over the Sanford Junction and blue lights falling like stars along the hard shoulder.
First picture of a person. Face is smashed. Definitely got to look up what these like chemical compositions are. Little scribbles on the cliff wall. Huh. Memorial to like a busted up car. Can I make that out? No, I cannot. I'm assuming this is, I've been able to see that since the very beginning. I'm assuming I just have to make it up there and I'll get to the conclusion.
There were chemical diagrams on the mug he gave me coffee in, sticky at the handle where his hands shook. He worked for a pharmaceutical company with an office based on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. He'd been travelling back from a sales conference in Exeter, forming a strategic vision for the peddling of antacid yogurt to the European market. You could trace the connections with your finger, join the dots, and whole new compounds would be summoned into activity.
I think it says delight from heaven shone around him. Or plight? Blight? Plight? Plight from heaven. A light from heaven shone around him. Got it. Got it. Got it. Creepy. This game has rumble, and it's only for, like, walking down something steep. Ooh, what's that? Interesting. It's creepy as fuck. See those jet streams.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
Is Esther a boat? I don't know. Okay, I can go up there. Oh, on a sudden, a light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to the ground. They're eggs. Yum, 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 yum. Mm. More boat stuff. See a little bit more. Whatever the hell that thing is. Alright, I'm just gonna go up the path. Yeah, they really make it apparent, make it easy for you to see whatever that pattern is. So, point of interest. There's text going all the way up.
A sound of torn metal, teeth running over the edge of the rocks, a moon that casts a signal as I lay pinned beside you, the ticking of the cooling engine, and the calling from a great height, all my mind as a bypass.
That's not a real person. That's like a cardboard cutout. It's like a rock, carved rock, I bet. How the hell do I get up there?
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
And as he was proceeding on his journey, let's go see Rock Boy. What happened to Rock Boy? He gone. Game's haunted. Haunted game. Where's the dude? Oh, guess that's it. Alright. Up, up, up. And as he was proceeding on his journey, proceed. And was come near to damn. What? Damascus? And he was
If only Donnelly had experienced this,
3
he
days.
would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he
Without
became his syphilis, retreating into
sight.
the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
And neither did he eat. 3 days without sight, and neither did he eat nor drink. I think maybe talking about the disease. He's talking about how, in order to make these writings, they mixed paint with whatever fluid came out of them. Ooh.
Bent back like a nail, like a hangnail, like a drowning man clung onto the wheel, drunk and spiraled, washed onto the lost shore under a moon as fractured as a shattered wing. We cleave, we are flight and suspended, these wretched painkillers, this form inconstant. I will take flight, I will take flight.
It's like old military bunkers, like in San Francisco. And it came to pass that as I made my journey, friend was home? How the hell do I read this? I don't think I'm supposed to read it from here. Maybe from there? No, I don't know. Something moon. Noon. I feel like this is probably going to be repeated somewhere. Light round about me and could not see.
He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all.
That
He
light.
had not drunk with Donnelly or spat Jakobsen back at the sea. He had not careered across the lost shores and terminal beaches of this nascent archipelago. He did not intend his bonnet to be crumpled like a spent tissue by the impact. His windscreen was not star-studded all over like a map of the heavens. His paintwork etched with circuit diagrams, strange fish to call the gulls away. A phosphorescence of the skid marks lighting the M5 all the way from Exeter to Damascus.
Cool. Damascus. This game was like $2, by the way.
We will leave twin vapor trails in the air. White lines etched into these rocks.
Oh, I'm
Dear
no longer
Esther,
in control.
I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an aerial, a beacon that they will not forget you. We've always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
I guess I am the narrator doing my last thing before a plunge. Whoa. I cannot control this. This is pretty trippy. I'm a bird. What the hell? Interesting. Or the Chinese room, designing and writing. I want to go ahead and let that play out. That was a trip. I have no idea what that was about. I'm going to have to watch a YouTube video or two, but it was cool. It was intriguing. I was not, I mean, at times I was bored because walking took forever. But all in all, it was just really intriguing. And it kept me kind of hooked throughout with these little breadcrumbs of like mystery and stuff like that. I would like to know what that said on the last cliff that I climbed, and I would like to know what those chemical compositions were of. Yeah, that's good stuff. In respects to the designers, there's quite a few people in this credits. I thought it was a lot less. I thought it was like 1 or 2 people. Marketing, huh? But yeah, if you were somewhat intrigued by this, I recommend more walking sims. The one that got me into walking sims was What Remains of Edith Finch. Something in the same vein, also looks similar, is The Vanishing of Ethan Carter. It looks like it was made to be like a sequel, but they're not even, I don't even think, to my knowledge, they're even close to being related. But I'm going to try that one next. There's this game. And there's also a game that is supposed to be the spiritual successor, which is called, what is it called? Everybody's Gone to Rapture was the name of the game. And so I might try that next. I might need, I don't like to do too many of the same type of games in a row because I get fatigued, but I might hop back to what the golf or something like that after this. But yeah, that was cool. It was a nice one and done kind of a thing. I didn't expect to be done in like 2 hours, but it was neat. I like it. And yeah, thanks for joining. And with that said, I'm gonna play out our last follower once again. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the family, Lactarded. That is a Destiny Ghost that I animated myself. And bye-bye.